To rewire your brain, in order to see the impact of neuroplasticity, you need to consistently do the same habit, right? And that is how you'll see the impact of neuroplasticity. That is how you'll see that impact of neuroplasticity. Of you have to do the same habit over and over and over to rewire the brain, to rewire certain sections of the brain. And the truth is, motivation will not always be there. That is the reality. The reality is that motivation will not always be there for you to lean on. You cannot rely on motivation to build a system for 45 days. A system built for success. A system that will bring you $10,000 every month. You cannot rely on motivation for that. You cannot rely on motivation to do a lot of things. You cannot. Because motivation only lasts for a short while. Motivation doesn't last for a long time. So you can't lean on it as always as you can, right? And one of the cool things that we need to do is ignore distractions. This is so important, because even myself, to be honest, sometimes I still get distracted. I've made progress in that regard, in that when distractions come, like I realize, oh no, this is distracting me from what I need to do. This is distracting me from learning the course that I have already paid for, the course that I already signed up for, and learning the certain components that I need to. So no, I can't stay here, I can't remain here, or talking to this person is making me waste time. I'm wasting time talking to this person, because now 10 minutes has gone by, 20 minutes has gone by, 30 minutes. There are certain times where I still be like, and I have to catch myself and be like, and go in and get certain goals done and get what I desire done for the day. Because every single day you have goals, right? You have goals for every single day, and there are things that you need to get done. You need to get over the line and be like, okay, I've done that for today, and then maybe you can chill, or you plan for the next day, and you keep the grind going, you keep the focus going, you keep the consistency going, you keep the focus going, the focus of that goal that you need to accomplish, right? The focus of accomplishing that 100k USD, right? You decided, okay, I'm going to make 100,000 US dollars this year. In your New Year's resolutions. In number 3, I know in your New Year's resolutions, number 3, you were like, I'm gonna make 100,000 USD. I'm gonna make 200,000 euros. I'm gonna make 20,000 pounds a month. This 20,000 pounds a month is gonna be the passive income money I'll get. And you wrote it down, right? But I prepared to put the hours in. You need to put those hours in order to achieve that the goal number 3 in the New Year's resolution list, right? And that's the reality, right? And the reality is that if you want to achieve that, right, you have to ignore distractions. And distractions can be people or entertainment. Distractions can be people or entertainment. It can be the background that you see. It can be a certain gaming app, a certain gaming console. You have to ignore distractions, guys. Like, you have to. And you have to make sure it doesn't limit your progress, right? Make sure it doesn't limit your progress. Make sure it doesn't hamper, what you're trying to achieve. Yeah, you need to, right? Another thing you need to do is you need to pick is what I'm doing a decision or is what I'm doing a choice. Now there is a difference between a choice and a decision. There is a difference between a choice and a decision, especially when it comes to your career, especially when it comes to the important things in your life, right? There is a difference. When you say, okay, I'm making a choice, you're like, okay, it's a choice. But when you say, I decide, when you say, I decide, right? Decide essentially means there is no room for anything else. There is no plan B. There is no fallback. Decide means that this plan A is plan B, C, D, E, F, G. There is no other plan B. There is nothing else I'm gonna do. If you decide, okay, I'm going the digital products route, I am going to go the digital products route, I'm gonna sell digital products, then that's it. You need to focus on that. You focus on your niche. You focus on the problem that you'll be solving, and that's it. If you decide that I'm gonna be a copywriter, right? That's it. You stick to that. Don't do anything else on the side, right? If you decide, okay, the platform to make content on is TikTok, I'm gonna stick to TikTok. Stick to TikTok. Focus on TikTok. Don't spread yourself too thin and be like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. No. You only do that when you've hired enough people to be like, yo, can I hire you to post on this platform? Can you do this? Can you post on this platform? Once you reach that stage where you're making enough money to hire certain people to do that for you, then you do that. Otherwise, cut it out. Cut it out. You can't do that solo. No way. No way. Right? It will drain you. No. You need to also have certain things that you can manage for now. Right now you need to focus on the basics. Focus on the basics, focus on the fundamentals, and make the basics quality, make the fundamentals quality, whereby, okay, you attract the people that you need, you attract the people that will work with you, you attract the people that will help you, you attract the people that will get the service that you're offering, get the service or get the product that you're offering, right? And you just continue on that path, right? Until you're able to afford then now to go to the next level and do these things. But if you can't afford it right now, don't do it right now, right? Don't do it right now. Don't. Because when you decide it is the only option that exists, there's nothing else that exists. There's nothing else to fall back on when you decide. When you say, okay, I decide, there's nothing else to fall back on. There's nothing else that exists. Right? Another thing is speed. The speed with which you execute after making a decision is so essential. The speed with which you execute after making a decision is so essential. The speed with which you execute will determine how much progress you make. And how much progress you make each day will determine how fast you learn, how fast you fail, how fast you win. If you are doing things with such speed and you are executing so much and making so much progress in 2 hours, in 4 hours, in the amount of hours that you work in, right? Then the quicker you fail, and the quicker you fail, the quicker you learn. And the quicker you learn, you know, okay, where to apply that learning and how to learn from that mistake. And then when you again apply with speed, now your path to success is way faster. The path to success is way faster because the speed in which you are making that progress is so good, so energetic, so needed, right? So the success will come faster because you are producing at high speed, right? And if you don't love the pain, if you don't love the process of growth, then you're doing it wrong. If you don't love the process and like the thing that you love and the thing that you do, then you're just doing it wrong, and you were never meant to do it, right? You were never meant to do that. The reality is there are habits or patterns that you need to develop in order to achieve the goal that you desire. Certain habits or patterns that need to be ingrained in your brain, ingrained in your DNA, and that can be developed. You can develop that, and you have to develop that, right? A consistent amount of work. You do a consistent amount of work every single day, and when you've developed that, and that progress that you make will be super, right? And you need to realize that discipline is a feature of identity. Discipline is a feature of identity. If you're not disciplined right now, maybe you're disciplined in the wrong things. Like maybe you're disciplined in smoking weed every day, or having like drinking alcohol every weekend. Maybe you disciplined in those things, right? But proper discipline and really focusing in, right? That takes time to develop, and you can develop it with the right mindset and being like, okay, I'm going to develop this type of discipline. I desire to change my life, and it's going to be a part of my identity, because that type of discipline then becomes your identity. And when it becomes your identity, when you don't do it for a day, when you don't do it for 2 days, there's a certain feeling of anxiety or pain. When you don't do it, you feel frustrated, and that's a good thing, because it means that you've sustained and you've created a certain pattern to whereby now it's automatic. It's automatic for your body, it's automatic for your brain, it's automatic for you, right? And I want to say this statement. I need to say this statement for you to realize, and for everyone to realize, that you need to be extreme if you want to change your life. You need to be extreme if you want to change your life. You need to take extreme measures and like not do certain things if you want to change your life. That's just the reality. You need to be extreme if you want to change your life. And yeah, that's it.